Let's continue with the chapter. Page number 124. The bus came to a halt. It has reached the destination, the town, sorry. The bus stopped and everyone got off except Wali, but Wali did not get down. Hey lady, said the conductor, aren't you ready to get off? This is as far as your 30 paisa takes you. The conductor said, don't you want to get down? You had said no, you want to visit the town. 30 paisa ticket will take you up till here. Now you need to get down. No, Wali said, I am going back to the same bus on the same bus. She took another 30 paisa for her pocket and handed the coin to the conductor. Now she gave another 30 paisa and said that I am coming back in the same bus. I don't need to get down. Why? Is something the matter? So the conductor thought that something was wrong, that she didn't get down and she was going back. Yeah, the conductor did not knew that she had come just to for just a visit there. She wanted to travel in the bus. No, nothing's the matter. I just feel like having a bus ride, that's all. The girl said, I just want to ride the bus, nothing else. Don't you want to have a look at the site now that you are here? The conductor said that you are here. Now, don't you think that you should see the site, see the town a bit? If you are coming here, you paid the ticket, at least see the town, you are here for the first time. All by myself? Oh, I'd be much too afraid. The girl said, all by myself, I shall visit the town. No, I am very much afraid. I don't want to go out. Greatly amused by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said. So the conductor was amused. He liked the way the girl spoke. So what did the conductor say? The conductor said, but you weren't afraid to come in the bus. The conductor said, but when you came in the bus, you were very bold. Now you are afraid? Nothing to be afraid of about that, she answered. The girl said, I am not afraid. Don't worry. Well, then why not go to the stall over and have something to drink? Nothing to be afraid of about that either. The conductor said that if you are not afraid, then you get out of the bus, go. There are stalls you can eat, enjoy, have fun. There is nothing to be afraid. Oh no, I couldn't do that. The girl said, no, I will not do that. Well, then let me bring you a cold drink. So the conductor said, let me bring you something to drink. But the girl said, no, I don't have enough money. Just give me my tickets, that's all. The girl said, I have not brought any extra money. Just give me my ticket and that's all. It will be my treat and not cost you anything. The conductor said that, don't worry, you don't have to pay for that, I will pay for it. No, she said firmly, please no. The girl said, no, I don't want anything from you, thank you. You just give me the ticket. The conductor struggled. And then they waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. Again, they weren't many passengers. Now, she did not eat anything, she did not buy anything. Now, it was time for the bus to again take a return journey. And now, they are going back. We come to the fourth and the final portion of the chapter. Won't your mother be looking for you? The conductor asked when he gave the girl the ticket. So now the conductor also understood that she came alone, she is coming back. So the conductor said that, won't your mother be looking for you? You're here for such a long time. No one will be looking for me, she said. The bus started and again there were the same wonderful sights. She said that don't worry, nobody is looking for me. And the bus started. She was again enjoying the view. Wali wasn't bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement. Now Wali was again very much happy to see everything again. She was not bored at all. Again she started enjoying all the scenes. But suddenly she saw the young cow lying dead on the roadside. From here the chapter takes a turn. Now as the bus was passing, she saw a dead cow. That same cow which she had seen few minutes back. It was dead and it was lying on the side of the roadside, just when it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. So, what had happened? The same cow which made Wali laugh a lot and she enjoyed the running of the cow, she started laughing. She saw the same cow which was dead now. and it was lying there just beside the road. That was very much depressing for her, and she saw that cow very carefully. Maybe she started thinking that some other bus might have hit the animal and the poor cow might have died. So, by some fast moving vehicle. Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town? She asked the conductor. So, she's asking the conductor, isn't that same cow which was running few minutes back? She asked the conductor. The conductor nodded and she was overcome by with sadness. And the conductor said, yes, it is the same cow. Now the girl was really very sad. What had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm. Now the girl understood that it was such a loving, cheerful creature and beautiful one running and making us laugh, and it was so beautiful to see it. But now suddenly it's lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible. And now the dead body of the animal lying beside the road was looking really very horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spreading, means spread out. Now it was laying there and fixed stare at its lifeless eyes, blood all over. The eyes were open, the eyes were fixed. It was dead now, and there was blood all over the cow and next to the cow also. So, when the girl saw, she became really very, very sad. The bus moved on, but the bus continued. The memory of the dead cow haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. Now she was very happy, excited, having lots of fun, enjoying. Suddenly, all that disappeared, and now a gloomy mood overcame her. She became very, very sad and gloomy, and now she was thinking continuously of that cow which was dead. She no longer wanted to look out of the window. Now she didn't wanted to look out of the window. Didn't wanted to see the beautiful scenes. She sat thus, glued to her seat, until the bus reached her village at 3:40. And after that, she did not move from her place. She sat there continuously, didn't look outside, and now it was time. Our village had come, and she had to get down. Village 3:40. They reached exact. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor. She stood up and she turned to the conductor and said, well, sir, I hope to see you again. She said that, sir, I will meet you again. Okay, madam, he answered her smiling. And he answered, okay, madam, whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us, and don't forget to bring your fare. The conductor said, whenever you wish to again want to travel, do come and bring your fare. Fare means bring the money for the ticket also. She laughed and jumped down from the bus. So she just laughed and jumped out of the bus. Now she had returned home, jumped down the bus. Then away she went running straight home. And then she went running straight to her home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake. Now what had happened? She ran. The bus left. She ran towards her home. But now today what had happened? The mother was awake. She had calculated that when she will reach, the mother would be sleeping and she would sneak into the house quietly. Nobody would know. But today mother was awake and talking to one of Vali's aunt. And the mother was talking to somebody had come at Vali's place, and she was talking to one of the aunt of Vali. So they were awake now. The one from South Street, the one from South Street, his aunt was a real chatterbox. When she reached home, she saw that aunt. Now she was a chatterbox, means she used to speak continuously and she used to speak a lot. So, never closing her mouth once she had started talking, and she would never close her mouth once she started talking. That was the aunt, and she was talking to the mother. Started talking, and whenever have you, and where have you been? Said her aunt when Vali came in. So, aunt, just when the aunt saw her coming, nobody knew that she had visited that town. So aunt obviously asked, "Where have you been?" She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply, and none of the reply. So Wali just smiled, and Wali did not wanted to answer to the aunt. She just gave a smile, and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. Nobody knew where she had been, so she just gave a smile and did not say anything. So they did not know where she had been, and Wali went inside. Mother and aunt started again talking what they were talking. Yes, you are right, her mother said. So many things in our midst and in the world outside. Now they were talking. What were they talking? The aunt is telling there are so many things happening between us, but yet we do not know. And that had really happened. Even Wali had alone been outside and came back, but nobody knew. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely. Can we? This was what she was talking, the same topic where Ali had done. Understand it completely. Oh, yes, breathed Wali. And she's telling, thank God nobody knows. What? Asked the mother. What's that you say? Oh, said Wali. The mother said, what did you say? I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge. Wali is telling, no, I did not say anything. I am just saying yes, because there are lots of things that happen around us without our knowledge. Means nobody knows, and lots of things do happen. Just a chit of a girl she is, said the aunt, and yet, look how she pokes her nose into conversation. The aunt says that she is such a small girl and she is always poking her nose in the conversation. Poking her nose means interfering when two people are talking, just as though she were a grown up lady. And she is telling as if she is a grown up lady, she is talking between us when we are talking. Wali smiled to herself. She didn't want them to understand her smile. Wali started smiling because she didn't wanted them to know what was happening. So the aunt and the mother were really not knowing that Wali had been through a journey, came back without even being noticed, without telling anyone, being such a small girl, had traveled alone, and Wali was smiling about all this that nobody came to know what I have done. And obviously, the mother and aunt also did not understand. So, Wali was very much happy and she was smiling. And Wali smiled to herself. She didn't want them to understand her smile. But then there wasn't much chance of that. Was there? And was there any chance? No. So here we come to the end of the chapter. There are question answers in between the chapter also, because there are four portions, four different part of the chapter. There are questions in between that we need to write down. It's just a simple story, so it will not be very difficult for you to find out the answers. And there are question answers on page number 127 also that you need to complete. So do write down the question answers in your fair book and be happy and cheerful just like Wali. Thank you very much.